Hello everyone, I'm Chloe. Welcome to UK Daily Brief. Today is January the 3rd. And here are the key stories and weather updates across the UK. Political shockwaves are hitting Westminster. Nigel Farage has injected £5 million into Reform UK, signalling a major push ahead of the local elections. Analysts say this could reshape the political landscape and turn local races into a real battleground. A rare natural spectacle may light up the skies tonight. The Northern Lights could be visible across much of the UK, with sightings possibly reaching as far south as Wales. The UK housing market has shown signs of slowing. House prices unexpectedly fell 0.4% in December, raising concerns that the recent recovery may be losing steam. The government has stepped up its fight against crypto tax evasion. HMRC will now automatically collect transaction data from cryptocurrency platforms, tightening oversight nationwide. £3.4 billion has been committed to tackle the opioid crisis, with the life-saving drug Naloxone expected to become more widely available. And Uber is under fresh scrutiny, after changes to driver contracts sparked concerns over potential tax losses for the government. The UK is continuing to face extremely cold winter conditions this morning, as a strong blast of Arctic air moves across the country. The Met Office has issued snow, ice and low-temperature warnings for several regions, with northern Scotland, parts of central England, and even Wales facing increased risk. Temperatures remain well below average nationwide. Overnight and into the early morning, temperatures in many areas have dropped close to or below freezing, while daytime highs are struggling to rise above 4 to 6 degrees Celsius. Even where there is sunshine, increased risks overnight and early morning. There is a higher chance of frost and icy surfaces, and strong winds are making it feel even colder, with wind chill temperatures significantly lower than actual readings. Snow and ice risks remain in higher ground. Some upland areas continue to face the risk of snowfall and ice accumulation, leading to slippery roads, reduced visibility, and possible travel disruption. Dry but bitterly cold weekend ahead. Looking ahead to the weekend, most regions are expected to remain largely dry, with occasional sunny spells. But the cold will persist, so warm clothing is essential. In summary, dry, icy, and bitterly cold. A classic UK winter cold snap. Wrap up warm, wear layers. And if you're driving, take extra care on icy and frozen roads. Nigel Farage, the leader of Reform UK, has made a major political announcement, committing £5 million to the current round of local elections, in a direct challenge to both the Conservative Party and Labour. Key figures at a glance. A £5 million campaign budget is highly unusual for UK local elections, placing Reform UK among the most aggressively funded local campaigns in recent years. The party plans to focus its resources on key local councils, with campaign messages centred on immigration, law and order, the cost of living, and a strong anti-establishment stance. Farage says British politics has become disconnected from ordinary voters, and insists Reform UK aims to become the true voice of everyday people. Polling suggests rising support. Recent polls show Reform UK attracting between 10 and 15% support in some areas. If that momentum continues, analysts warn it could split the vote, reshape the balance of power in local councils, and even trigger knock-on effects for the next general election. Main parties on alert. Within the major parties, concern is growing. Political analysts say Reform UK is most likely to draw support away from the Conservatives, making the electoral landscape more fragmented and unpredictable. This local election is no longer just about council issues. It is increasingly seen as a testing ground for the future direction of UK politics. A rare and spectacular sight could appear in UK skies from tonight. According to the Met Office, a powerful coronal mass ejection, known as a CME, is expected to impact Earth, giving people across large parts of the UK a chance to see the Northern Lights. From tonight through Sunday. In an unusual development, The aurora could be visible much further south than normal, possibly reaching Wales. The solar storm is forecast to reach a KP index of 6 to 7, classed as a strong geomagnetic storm. Normally, the northern lights are only seen in northern Scotland, but at higher levels, they can push into central England. And, in rare cases, as far as Wales. The best time to look is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., away from city lights, with clear skies and a view facing north. Even if the lights look faint to the naked eye, using a phone's night mode or long exposure can reveal much stronger colors. And if you see green or purple lights dancing across the sky this weekend, you're not imagining it. You're seeing the northern lights over the UK. The UK housing market is showing clear signs of a shift. According to the latest figures, UK house prices fell unexpectedly by 0.4% in December 2025, while annual growth slowed sharply to just 0.6%. The weakest performance since April 2024. Key figures explained. The data comes from the nationwide House Price Index, which shows the average UK home price at around £260,000. However, transaction volumes and buyer confidence have noticeably weakened. What's driving the slowdown? Analysts point to high mortgage rates as the main pressure. Most mainstream mortgage deals are still priced at around 5 to 6%, making it harder for first-time buyers and families looking to move home. At the same time, high living costs and economic uncertainty are making buyers more cautious, with some sellers now cutting asking prices to secure a sale. Anyone trading cryptocurrency in the UK, pay attention. From today, HMRC has officially enforced new crypto tax reporting rules. All cryptocurrency platforms operating in the UK or serving UK customers must now automatically share user account data with the tax authority as part of a crackdown on tax evasion. What will be reported? Platforms are required to provide users' names, addresses, tax identification numbers, transaction histories and asset balances. HMRC estimates that billions of pounds are lost every year through undeclared crypto gains. For years, many investors believed crypto on exchanges can't be seen by the government. From today, that belief is over. Whether you're making profits, swapping tokens, or cashing out, any capital gains are taxable under UK law. HMRC says this is not a ban on crypto, but a move to treat it like shares and other investments. Experts warn, if you have undeclared past transactions, organize your records and act early to avoid future tax bills and penalties. The UK government has today announced a major £3.4 billion investment to significantly expand drug addiction treatment and support services, aimed at tackling the country's worsening opioid crisis. Why now? The figures are stark. In recent years, the number of drug overdose deaths in the UK has exceeded 4,000 annually, with a large proportion linked to opioid painkillers and illegal drugs. Alongside the funding announcement, the government has launched an immediate public consultation to review access rules for the life-saving drug Naloxone. Naloxone can reverse opioid overdoses within minutes, and is widely described by medical professionals as a life-saving emergency treatment. At present, access is mainly limited to healthcare professionals and authorized organizations. Under the proposed changes, Naloxone could become available to more community organizations, frontline workers and family members, people able to respond instantly in emergency situations. Where the £3.4 billion will go. The funding will support drug treatment programs, mental health services, and community-based recovery initiatives. The government says this marks a shift from a punishment-focused approach to one based on treatment, prevention, and long-term recovery. However, the plans are not without controversy. Some critics worry that wider access to Naloxone could be misinterpreted as encouraging drug use, highlighting deep divisions in public opinion. This announcement signals a significant change in how the UK responds to drug addiction, with lives firmly at the centre of the debate. This story has sparked major controversy across the UK. In 2026, the UK government formally introduced a new policy commonly known as the taxi tax, designed to require large ride-hailing platforms to pay higher employer-related taxes and national insurance contributions on behalf of their drivers. However, Uber has now come under intense scrutiny after it emerged that the company may have avoided the core requirements of the new tax by rewriting driver contract terms. Key figures reveal the scale. There are currently more than 100,000 Uber drivers in the UK. Under the original tax framework, the government could have collected hundreds of millions of pounds each year. But due to a change in the legal definition within the contracts, that revenue could now be lost. Under the revised agreements, drivers are described as platform users rather than direct employees, allowing Uber to avoid employer tax obligations. Backlash from drivers. Driver groups have reacted angrily, accusing Uber of exploiting legal loopholes and warning this could weaken long-term protections, including pension rights and sick pay. Government response. The government and regulators have confirmed they are reviewing the situation and have not ruled out changes to legislation to prevent large tech platforms from using contract structures to avoid tax. This is no longer just a dispute between Uber and the government. It is a direct clash between the platform economy and tax fairness. That's all for today's edition of UK Daily Brief. If you find this mix of same-day UK news and practical living updates helpful, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Every day, we bring you the key stories shaping life in the UK, clearly and in the shortest time possible. I'm Chloe, and I'll see you tomorrow on UK Daily Brief. Let's face it, life in the UK moves fast. The headlines are endless, but most of it is just noise. Introducing UK Daily Brief, your essential morning update. From local weather and travel alerts to the policies affecting your pocket. No clutter. No bias. Just the facts you actually need to start your day. Fresh every morning. Short, relevant, and ready when you are. UK Daily Brief. Subscribe now for the news that matters to your life.